Okay, folks, time for another update. So, right now, I'm waiting for all the great stuff to cure so I can trim it down and paint. See, right there for a drip edge, so stuff runs behind the door. Bunch of little areas that needed to be sealed. A little gap in the door. And once that's dry, I can start painting. These weird hollow areas right here I've filled with great stuff as well. You know, a little spillover. Once all that dries, I can scrape it off. And then I can paint the whole thing, inside and out. So, like I said, I have locking door handle now. Really solid door. It's insulated inside, and there's 2 layers of plywood, and then 2x3s. So there's the inside. Once the top is painted and everything, I can cut out those and staple them, and then attach the roof vents, which are right now sitting underneath the camper, just in the boxes still. Yeah, it's a little lumpy on the edges. If I were to build one for someone else, I've learned a few lessons in this that I would definitely apply to one that I was going to make for someone else. But for me, for my purposes, I'm not gonna, take the tarp off and then fix the lumpies. This one I'm building for me, and I don't really care that it's a little lumpy. I mean, I care. It bothers me a little bit, but this is a trial run. I did not know what I was doing. I watched a couple of videos, and I did it, and I'm not unhappy with how it came out. I could be happier if, things had been a little bit different, sure. But extending the trailer like I did, for instance, these corners here, right there, and right there, I bumped the corner of my girl's car when parking this thing. I moved it around using the car, and I put a little dent in her bumper. She was a champion about it and wasn't too mad at me. I think I was more mad about it than she was, but the bumper already needed to be replaced because somebody did some damage to her car at her old job. But and that never got fixed. But so she was actually a champ about it. I, however, kind of had a little bit of a conniption fit because I couldn't believe, one, that I made that mistake while pulling the trailer, because never ever hit anything. Well, no, that's a lie. There's one thing that I hit with my trailer. Actually, the first major road trip that I did pulling a trailer behind the motorcycle, I was out near south of the border, South Carolina. It's a Mexican themed theme park. It's a cute little place. And I was getting gas, and as I went to roll off, my fender caught the gas nozzle and pulled it off. And this was years ago, and I went up to the door, and it was nighttime. They had the store locked up, So you couldn't go inside. You had to do everything from the window. So I went to the window and tried to talk to the guy, and the guy was too busy playing on his phone. And after like knocking on the window for like 10 minutes, I just laid it on the ground next to the door and went about my trip. I hope he didn't get in too much trouble, but I mean, I tried to do the right thing and he just wouldn't answer the window. So that's the only other thing that I've ever done damage with my trailer behind the bike. So that one was an entertaining one. Nobody ever came after me for it. And my license plate was obvious, so I guess they probably watched the video, saw that I knocked on the window a bunch of times and tried to do what was right, and nobody answered, so they just left me alone, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I figured, worst case scenario, I'd end up taking an insurance hit on it, but I got away with it scot-free. Anyway, so there's that. I'm not going to put a window in the back door. I might put a little window up there later, like a little porthole. But I don't want to risk anyone trying to break the window to open the lock. There's not really going to be anything of value in this while I'm traveling. Like, literally all that's going to be in here is going to be my clothes, like my camping stove and a little bit of gear like that, and like literally nothing in here worth breaking in for. So I really want to kind of discourage people trying to break in. I want to put bars over the windows, but I don't know that that's in the budget. I had an idea on that. There's these little fence panels that people use. They come from Lowe's that are, it's a little black wrought iron fence thing, and they come in little square sections. And I think the smaller ones would fit over there pretty decent. So I'm going to look into how much those are, and if I can afford 2 of them, I'll put one over each window, just for, again, to discourage people from breaking my windows to try to get in. But anyway, so that's today's update. 8-minute ramble. Bye guys. Thanks for paying attention.